A lot of us want to start a mini importation journey, or we want to start businesses, but we don't really know the type of business model that is actually good for us, or the best business models we should choose. I'm going to be taking us through step by step how we can be able to choose the right business model for our businesses. Even before that, what in the first place is a business model? So the business model is how your business is created, how your business delivers its services, or however delivery that you intend to do, and how your business is going to give value. So it's dependent on these three things that I have spoken about. Now, before you can be able to get all of these three things that I've spoken about, you need to answer these three questions. First question is, what are you selling? So this is where you are going to sit yourself down and see the type of items that you intend. Okay, I'm not saying that just choose what you want to, but you can list a number of them. So you can list like 2, 3, 5, 10, any number of items that you intend to sell. You can just list those items down. So the next question is going to be, who are you selling it to? So this is where we talk about your target market. You don't just start a business model without knowing this thing that I'm going to do. Who am I doing this thing for? Because note, all of us, or whatever business that we do, we are all doing it for a totally different people. Somebody can be in hair business, okay, but the person is targeting the luxury type of people, like people that love luxury. And somebody too is in the same hair business, but that person is targeting people that have low budget hairs, so that people that cannot afford the luxury can actually get those ones. So you also need to sit down and ask about your target audience. Who are you going to be selling these items to? Now the next question is, how will you make money from it? Yes, so that is like the profit side of it. There is none of us here will be like, I'm just doing it for doing sake, or I'm just doing it so that God will bless me. Yes, it is the profit that is the blessings of God, right? So in all of these business that we do, you need to sit yourself down and ask, how are you going to be making money from this particular business? So for example, I'm using the same hair for example. So as you are into the hair business, okay, are you going to be selling only the hair? That's where you get profit. Are you also going to be doing installations so that you can make extra profit? Are you going to be doing styling? All of those is money making method. So you have to also pin that down. How am I going to be making money from this particular business? So now once you get all of these three questions down, okay, the next thing we are now going to talk about is the steps that is involved in order for you to choose um the best business model for yourself. So the very first thing that you need to consider is to consider your strengths and also consider your interests. It's very, very important. I've always been saying it in most of my videos. It is very much important that whatever thing you are doing, you have like the passion for it. Because as business is, yes, you can choose the right business model, you can choose the right everything, but there are just those low times, like there are just those times that you are putting all the things you're supposed to put in, but it is not putting in. I don't know if you understand me. Like everything is not just fixing to each other, like everything is just some way, right? So it means that you really have to have a certain passion for that particular thing you are doing in order for you to strive ahead, in order for you to move ahead, even when you are facing challenges. So the very first thing to choosing the right business model is to know the strengths. What can I do? What are the things that I can easily do? What are the things that I do shamelessly? What are the things that I can easily talk about? What are the things that I can easily what are the services that I can easily give out? Okay, so I'm still using this hair for example. I, for instance, I'm not really into hair. Okay, so this is a business model. Yes, it's as we spoke about profit or money making. Yes, it answers the question that yes, it can give me that money. But is it something that I'm interested in? No, it's not something that I'm interested in. Right? It's not something that I'm even willing to like. I just don't have the interest for it. I hope you understand. But there's also another person. The person is not even into hairs, but the person knows every single thing about hair, about installations, about. So you see that when somebody like this is getting into a hair business, it's very, very much easy for the person to flow. It's very much easy for the person to go through it. So it's very important that you know your strength, pin your strengths down where you are more active at, and also make sure that that business that you are choosing, you have an interest in that particular business. So now let's get to the very next. Now the next thing is researching about the type of business models. Now you need to understand there are so many types of business models, okay, but you have to do the research and know which type of business, because even if you don't know in the first place, you don't even know it exists. So I'm just going to give you just a few of them, okay. So we have the dropshipping business model. So this is a business model that you don't have capital. So those of us who don't have the physical man, like you don't have cash on you, all you have to do is to get a supplier or somebody that can be giving you that somebody that is selling that item. All you have to do is to advertise it or do like you are selling it, like you are selling it to another person. Once you get the order, you send it back to the supplier, then the supplier delivers it and you get your profit. That is a business model, okay. And this one works very well for people that don't have the capital to start. We also have the service business model. There are most of us, we have learned mini importation, but the normal mini importation, that yes, once you learn mini importation, you'll be importing and be bringing it to wherever you are or whatever it is. Somebody will decide that they want to go into service business model, and the service is that they are not necessarily actively into importing by themselves, but they are doing services for other people. That is where procurement comes in, right? So you can go into the procurement side of mini importation. You have the pre-order business model, where those of us who don't really have the capital to start, also all you have to do is to get somebody to source the item, find somebody who needs it, take their money, take your profit and purchase it, and import it in for them. That is also another business model. We also have the product based business model, whereby you can import the products, you have the physical product, you sell it out and order. So all of those are business models that you can actually consider, but it is very much important that you yourself, you sit yourself down and see which business model you are going for. Once you understand the types of business model, you can then select from one of them, because we all have different interests. As we spoke about, we have different interests. So somebody have learned mini importation, but they don't want to go through the stress of pre-order. So all they do is they do procurement, bring what you want, then I source it, and I give you the percentage I'm going to charge. I source your item and send it to you. That is all. It ends there, right? The very next one is consider your budget and your resources. Yes, once you get the business model, you have to check and see, does that business model work with the resources that you have and the budget that you have. For example, you want to go into the product-based business model. So the product-based business model, where you will be purchasing your product, like you have that physical product. Do you have the money? Do you have the resources to start this particular business model? All of that, you have to answer it, because you might want to start a product-based business model, but you don't have the capital, you don't have the money in order for you to go ahead to go and purchase these products and come and sell. So it only means that yes, this is the business model you had wanted, but you can't do it. So all you have to do is to go in for a business model that works with your budget and also with your resources. The very next one is testing your idea, which is very, very important. I've always been saying it in my videos. Whatever thing that you want to do, I don't have the notion that there is a bad business model anywhere, or there is the greatest business model anywhere. All of these that you put in place, the important thing is testing, which most of us don't usually want to do, or most of us we usually overlook. It's very much important that you test. If you are doing even a pre-order, you all the things you are doing at the initial stages is all testing. So you are going to test the business model and see if this business model actually goes well for you. Okay, so yes, you have gone through all the questions, you have answered everything perfectly, but you now have to test. So the business model you choose, you now have to test it and see, does it really work? Like all the things that I thought like I had interest in this. Do I really have interest in it? All of that is going to come if you put this business model to test. So pre-order, you start pre-order, then you start doing it with just a few friends or family. Then you go through the process, then you see. It's something that most of us we don't usually want to do, but that is why we just want to just start big at once. And once now the issues start coming in, then we feel that, oh, we chose the wrong business model. But that is not the truth. If we just took our time to test it just small, or you want to start the product based business model where you purchase the products and you come to sell, you can purchase small. Come and try it out. Like we have these bills, this Shein bills, part bills. You can purchase like 100 pieces. Come and try it and see how the business is going to go. But somebody is starting this, the person will go and pack like 1,000. Yes, I want to pack 1,000 and come and sell all. But you don't know. Maybe after the research and everything that you did, you don't know how it's going to go. So always make sure that you do a little bit of testing for any business model that you're going to do. Just do it small. Try it just small and see. If it goes well, then you can go ahead to expand that business model. The very last one that I'm going to talk about is be open for change. Be open for change. Some people chose business models and it got to a point they are struggling in that business model. Still, they are still there. They are like, no, this is something that I want to do, and this is something that I know it will work, and I know it will do that. And you are still there, and you know that you are struggling. So you now see other people doing very well in their businesses. Then you will feel like something is wrong with you. No, maybe that business model is not working for you. Be open for change. Change that business model. Let me use myself for example. When I was starting my mini importation journey, I didn't have the capital to start. So what I did was I started with pre-order. It got to a time I had so many people in my group and all that. But it got to a particular point, I wasn't struggling though. But I just realized that that business model wouldn't work for me. Because for you to really strive in pre-order, you have to be like very hard. You have to be very hard because the way some people are going to frustrate you and all of those, I just can't stand it. I just couldn't stand it. Okay, I just couldn't stand the pressure that was coming and all of that. So all what I had to do was to sit down and remodel my business model, and it worked perfectly. Once I remodeled it, how did I remodel it? All I did was that it was that same group. I just told the group members that, okay, and people, I know we are all here for pre-order, but where it's going, I just feel like I want to do a little bit of changes, right? So I did a little bit of change. Now I purchase it and I sell in the same. And though there are other, they will still go to other people to do pre-order for their one pieces or two pieces, but still they still purchase the available ones because I'll always give them the best price. I hope you understand. So be subject to change. If you feel that pre-order is not working for you, change and start buying to sell. You are buying to sell, you have realized that you are struggling there, you can start doing the pre-order. Or you are buying to sell, you know that, okay, this capital, it can't cover the things that I'm buying to sell. Start, do pre-order, get the money from pre-order and use it to now fund whatever you are going to do, right? So most of us, we are not open to changes at all, and it's something that is really killing us. So it's very very much important that you change um your business model at any time that you feel like, okay, it is not going the way I thought. And you can't do this if you did not test. If you are just there and you just went and bought 1,000 pieces of parts, you are coming to sell and it doesn't go like that for you, those monies are locked. So it will now be difficult for you to now go and be doing a different thing. I hope you understand. So it's very much important that you do the testing. Once you do your testing right, if it doesn't go well, it's very very easy to change things. I hope you understand. So this is how far we have gone. And if you want to start a business, you don't really know how to go, you want to start your mini importation journey, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to go, you don't know like virtually nothing about it, DM me. We are going to talk about that. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Like this video, share with friends and family. Most importantly, subscribe to join the family. And I'll be seeing you next time. Thanks. Bye.